My name is John Custer. I'm AidData's Deputy Director for Analytics and Communications, and I'm excited to show you a tool that we recently developed, china.aiddata.org, which provides a comprehensive overview of AidData's latest publicly accessible data set of China's loans and grants. I'm going to walk you through several views and provide a couple examples of useful filters. Starting off, you can see the total numbers for whatever filters or parameters that you've set up here in the top. These two metrics, projects and US dollars, can be visualized on all of the different panels. So starting off, if you just want to see a global view of how much money went where or how many different types of projects went where, we start you off with a map. And it's really useful to see how the map changes according to if you're viewing the count or the number of dollars. In addition to a map, we also provide a bar chart, which you can click through to see where specific countries might rank. On the sidebar here, this controls mostly what's in view. You can actually either scroll down or jump down to a specific section by clicking on it. So for example, this section shows a time series of China's finance projects according to different income status, and we provide two income statuses that you can choose from, either the OECD's or the World Bank's. Additionally, you can also see how these compare when they're stacked versus when they're unstacked. Our next view shows annual totals. So the time series here shows the distribution of projects, depending on whether you include rollover loans, which are loans that have come to maturity but are renewed. We also have a couple different views of either sectors or other dimensions of the data, which you can visualize in different ways. So this is the global view of sectors, which you can also see a similar view with a tree map or with a donut chart. We also have these views available for different categorizations of flows. So for example, these are flows that are according to OECD categories. And then we also let you filter through depending on like whether it's like a loan or a grant or something like that. And then at the bottom, we have a comprehensive list of links to the detailed project records that undergird all of the visuals that you see here. So what's really powerful about this dashboard is how it lets you see not just overall global trends, but how it lets you search and filter. So for example, we could apply a geographic filter like Pakistan and see how all of these visuals change. So this is the time series for Pakistan. And you can see how the sectoral composition of China's activities in Pakistan also change. We can even get more detailed. One powerful use case is the ability to search through our titles and descriptions for keywords that might be of specific interest. So for example, if I search for CPEC, which is the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, you can see how all of the visuals now include not just the filter for the country Pakistan, but also a filter for CPEC somewhere in the project text, a description or the title, so somewhere in the project record. And this is really powerful if you're trying to drill down or see how the composition changes. So for example, you can see in this case, CPEC is mostly energy and transport and storage. It also includes some industry, mining, and construction. You can combine filters as well, which is also very powerful. So let's say we just want to look at the energy sector for CPEC for Pakistan. You can see how this drills down even more. And we can even drill down by commitment year or another time-based filter. Let's say we want to look at that spike in 2017. So this is really useful when you're looking for a specific project and you want to drill down more. Each of these headlines down here in the search results correspond to a detailed description page. So for example, you can see that there are a couple big hydropower stations. So we could even drill down even further, look specifically at this hydropower project. So one thing to note, each of these counts here, which is shown up at the top, this relates to a record in our database, which is tied to an instance of a Chinese financier contributing resources to an activity. The titles in each of these project records might be tied to a larger infrastructure project, such as this example. If you click through to the project detail, you can also see the other components of this project that are in our database. So you can see when this was completed and have a timeline. There's also geospatial information, as well as detailed information on the stakeholders involved with this project. Another way to look at our data is through the Map tab. And each one of these dots or fireflies is the center point of any of the records in our database that have been geo-referenced. So for example, let's go ahead and zoom into Pakistan here. And you can see this is a record for a seawater desalination plant. So you can also click through to the project page related to that. Okay, so let's say that we've done some initial exploration on this hydropower project and we want to download the data for a specific combination of filters. So this is a really powerful function if you're looking for something specific and you want to narrow it down before you download it. The download button is down here in the lower left. If you download it, you get a zip file that has our technical documentation as well as the projects that you searched and filtered for. If you'd like to see more of our research, including our written reports and our Chasing China report or any other resources that we have available, you can visit aiddata.org/China. Thanks for following along, and I hope this was useful.